Okay, this is my second video of this series. It's called Reading Old Newspapers. So what I did was I have a subscription to newspapers.com, and I go through, I find just random newspapers from like 1800s, 1900s, whatever, and we go through them. And I really wanted to do this on Twitch so that I could get audience, the chat reaction or chat interaction, but I just do it by myself because I live in the country, and my upload speeds are not good enough for Twitch or any kind of streaming that I have to send information, uploading information. It takes forever for my YouTube videos that I make to upload it to the server. So, anyways, okay, let's get started. Um, let's see, I got it on the other page here. What should we look at? Range. Let's look at the range. We'll do the. We did 1900s before. Let's do the 1850s. Okay. Location. Where? Oh, where? Where should we go? Sorry about that. We will go to, where? Germany? Oh, they won't have English. It won't work. Well, it's like an American. It's American only. American and Canadian, I think. Okay, let's look at one of these, I guess. 24,000 pages. 1854. That's the Wreath of Cherokee Rosebuds. Let's try this. There's only 16 pages. It really broken up. It's 1800, so it's like 1854 to 1855. Sample pages. Page 1, I guess. Page 1, let's do this. Okay, I gotta switch it over. Sorry, I forgot to switch it. Can we? Oh man. Mannequins. It's hard to read. Oh, this sucks. It doesn't have photos, and it doesn't have photos, and it's just writing about stuff. Let's check page number 2. Yeah, it's just okay. Let's read this part. It's called Beauty. In creating the world, God made everything that could contribute to the happiness of his creatures. Overall, he through the mantle of beauty to please the eye. On every side are lofty hills and mountains, fertile valleys and spreading prairies covered with their thousand flowers. Here and there thick forests meet the gaze, a little rippling brooks go singing by, and noble rivers roll on to the mighty ocean. There are beauty, though these are beauties of nature. But man himself, in physical beauty, excels in the works of God. What more admirable than the noble, erect, like more gracefulness of woman? The blushing smiles that play upon the rosy cheek, the silken hair falling luxuriantly over the shoulders, the sparkling eye, they are all lovely and call forth many a word of praise. But there is a beauty which exists within, worth more than all those outward ornaments, and it often appears where they are wanting. It is the beauty of intellect, the reflection of a mind which has gathered knowledge by its piercing glance from all the glorious creations that surround us. It has soared to the shining worlds which fill the universe and brought down wisdom. It has commanded, I don't know what that word is. Communed. It has communed with the great intellects of earth until all that is lovely in mind and matter is stamped upon it. But there is a higher beauty still, before which physical or even intellectual beauty grow dim. It is found where right feelings and principles are cherished in the heart. Like flowers, the more they are cultivated, the more beautiful they become. And if watered by dews from the fountain of life, they will spread the radiance of moral beauty over the soul. Physical beauty may pass away, and intellectual beauty decay, but moral beauty will never fade. It will only appear brighter when transplanted from earth to the garden of heaven. Alice wrote that. Heavy religious. Okay, let's check out the next page. It's all just writings. Of course, that's because they didn't have a good system of printing. They're like poems almost. Okay, well, this is a bust. I wanted to see photos and stuff. We'll check out one more page. Let's see, spring is short. What day is it? It's August 1st, 1855, Wednesday. Spring. Spring is here. The prairies are covered with green mantle? Can't read that word. I don't know. The flowers peep above the surrounding grass and fill the air with their fragrance. The birds are busily engaged in building their nests, and while so doing, they pour out their melodious notes. The cattle, sheep, and horses can be seen grazing on the rolling prairies. The lambs skip around their mothers. The colts play with each other. The calves lie on the soft green grass, sunning themselves. The cows are what? lowing for their lowing for their young. The farmers are very busy now. Some take their horses and plows and go to the fields to break up the ground. Others go to their gardens with hoe and rake. The brooks are running swiftly. With the April showers they have filled. The fisher can be seen sauntering, I guess, along some sunny brook or river with the strings of fish which he has caught, while the rippling of waters, the horses, I guess, croaking of the frogs, the horse croaking, the horse, not a horse, but a horse. You got a horse in your mouth? Horse croaking of the frogs, and the voice of the birds make music for his ears. But when evening comes, everything is hushed in silence. The only sound is the distant cowbell, the bark of a wolf, or the lonely hoot of an owl. The twinkling star look down upon us and what? Send music to the heart. Who was so kind as to give us this world, of pleasant sights and sounds? God, the great King of all creation. Whew. Highly religious paper, I guess. Is it really a newspaper? It's just a printing of a newspaper. Printing of it's Park Hill, Oklahoma. Okay, let's try to find out something else. Let's try to find a different paper. Something more interesting. Yeah, it's basically, Northern Ireland, New Zealand, Alaska, Rhode Island, Ireland. Let's see, let's take, New Zealand. New Zealand Herald and Auckland Gazette. Auckland is the main city. 1841 to 842. 278 pages. We'll check it out anyways. Okay. Those are the ones I was looking at. Okay, I guess that's 3-page sample pages at least. Okay, where's the pages? Where are the pages? Just there's 3. Okay, let's take the first page, I guess. New Zealand Herald and Auckland Gazette. April 6, 1842. See, it's in too late. Yeah. Nothing really that interesting. It's just a buy and sell. Price is 9 pence. I don't know what a pence is. I don't know how much a pence is. It can't be £9 because that's way too expensive for a newspaper in 1842. It might be like a penny, a pence, a penny. That makes sense. It's like a penny. 9 pennies. Okay, this is just a page where they buy and sell. Boat for sale. Maser Dalzell and Company have for sale a very superior Carvel built boat, built in somewhere of very best materials and copper master throughout. She is previously well adapted for parties who have stations up the rivers on the Thames. Auckland, 24th of March 1842. They don't give prices. The Land Claims Bill, as passed the Legislative Council, can be had at the office of this paper. Price 6D. What's a D? Auckland, April 2nd, 1842. Price D. 6D. What's a 6D? I don't know what 6D is. Wanted. Haha. 2 servants, a man and a woman. The man to cook and the woman to look after children. The man and his wife would be preferred. Testimonials of character will be required. Applied to P. Donovan. Okay, let's move on to a different page. This is a buy and sell page or whatever, like classifieds. Here we go. Just a bunch of writings. I'll try to read the shorter ones. Practice. An Irish gentleman having been found by a friend one day practicing with his sword against a wainscot before dinner, and being asked for the reason for his assiduity, assiduity, I don't even know what that is, replied, I have some company coming today that I expect to quarrel with. Wainscot, I know, against the wainscot. For his assiduity. I don't even know what that word is. What's it say here? Page 3. A patient lad, Ben, said a father the other day to his delinquent son, I'm busy now, but as soon as I can get time, I mean to give you a confounded flogging. Don't worry yourself, Pa, replied the patient man. I can wait. I think that's supposed to be a joke, like joke of the day or something like that. Let's see here. Important discovery. An experiment of the highest interest was performed at the Chateau de Villetenassou, near Saint Denis, Monday, I guess. Somebody and his son had for some time past announced publicly that they had succeeded in the means of directing balloons in the air, and several experiments on a small scale in the courtyard of the École Militaire, in Paris, has been attended with satisfactory results. The experiment of Monday has verified all of their hopes. Monday with a balloon constructed by himself and his father, set out a strong wind blowing from that point, but then returned and sailed about in various directions, the balloon rising and lowering at the will of the aeronaut without the apparent use of any kind of ballast. The experiment lasted about 3 hours, at the expiration of which time M.S., I guess they don't want to say his name, descended at the point from which he had started, amidst the clamorous exclamations of the spectators. Moniteur Parisien. It's from another. It's from the Monitor Parisian Monitor that they got the story from, because it was in Paris, France. École Militaire in Paris. École Military School. That's interesting. Important discovery. They're using air balloons, right? Did they have planes by then? I don't think so. Read this. Use of the fan in Japan. Neither man nor women wear hats except as a protection against rain. The fan is deemed a sufficient guard for the sun. Perhaps nothing will more strike the newly arrived European than this fan, which will behold in your hand, or the girdle of every human being. Soldiers and priests are no more to be seen without their fans than fine ladies, who make of the use of which fans are put in other countries. Among men of Japan, it serves a great variety of purposes. Visitors receive the dainties offered them upon their fans. The beggar, imploring charity, holds out his fan for the aims his prayers may have obtained. The fan serves the dandy in lieu of a whalebone switch. I don't know what I'm talking about. The pedagogue, instead of a fruler for the offending schoolboy's knuckles. And not to dwell too long upon the subject, a fan presented upon a particular kind of slaver to the high-born criminal is said to be a form of announcing his death doom. His head is struck off at the same moment that he stretches to it towards the fan. Manners and customs of the Japanese. I'm sorry my reading is so bad. Holy smokes, I'm such a bad reader. What's that? That's kind of interesting. British Museum. The principal libraries in Great Britain are those of the British Museum and other public institutions in London, those of Lambeth, Oxford, Cambridge, and Althorp. In England, the Advocates, Writers, and College of Edinburgh, and those of the University of St Andrews, Glasgow, and Aberdeen in Scotland, and in Ireland that the Trinity College in Dublin. The most extensive and the most valuable of these is that contains within the walls of the British Museum. This library, extensive as it now is, in regard to the date of its foundation, as compared with many others in Europe, is but a modern origin, notwithstanding which it perhaps excels all others in its numerous and valuable manuscript collection. In the number of books it contains, it is equally by many in Europe, equaled by it is equaled and greatly exceeded by others. The libraries in Europe with which equal or exceed it in the number of their printed books, though not in their manuscripts, are Wolfenbüttel, which contains 190,000 printed volumes, that of Stuttgart 197,000, Madrid 200,000, and their Aranine, which outnumber it. That of the British Museum contains about 225,000 printed books and 22,500 manuscripts. Okay, it's been 26 minutes now. I wish I could go through more. But I gotta keep these videos not too long because it takes forever for me to upload these videos. The longer they are, it takes forever. Okay, well, I'll try to do one tomorrow. Okay. Like I say, live your life and see what happens. Okay, see you later.